Hello dear friends, I am Vachaspati. Again in this short video, I would like to tell you something about PTE speaking module. What you need to do, what you should do in order to get 90 in PTE speaking module. At first, what you should know that when you go to appear in PT examinations, at first the examiner will give you a microphone. You should know how to use the microphone very properly. If you don't use it, it can affect your score. So at first and foremost, you have to give your personal introductions. As you begin to give personal introductions, you have to speak very clearly. Even though you don't get a score for this, it can severely affect if you don't give your introductions very properly. While giving introductions, you have to use very polite words. After that, what you need to know that after giving personal introductions, only your real test begins. And you need to understand that in PTE speaking module, you will get seven types of questions. At first, what you need to do in order to get incredible scores, you have to keep certain things in your mind. So first and foremost things is the fluency. So many people assume that fluency means they should speak English unnecessarily fast. Personally, what I would like to tell you, fluency doesn't mean that you have to speak English personally. You don't have to speak English unnecessarily fast. Fluency means there must be pause. You can take pauses, but you shouldn't take several pauses. Now, let me say something again. Fluency means you should be able to speak in a moderate pace. Neither you speak too fast nor you speak slowly. You can take pause, but you shouldn't take several pauses. So in PT, you will get seven types of questions. Number one question is read aloud. Next, repeat sentence. Next, describe image. Retell lectures. Answer short questions. Summarize group discussions and respond to situations. Number two is pronunciation. And most of the Nepalese and Indian students, what they think, so as they are going to pronounce word in PT speaking module, they have to pronounce words as native speakers do. So what I would like to tell here, so you don't need to pronounce each words like American and British and Australian people do. So you can pronounce the way and Nepalese and Indian people do. So don't focus on, don't give too much attention on accent. So you can speak English the way Nepalese and Indian speak. So what I mean, you have to pronounce each word correctly. Number third is what content. So what kind of content you have to include. It all depends on the length of the paragraph. In retail lectures, sometimes you may have to use more templates. So next is called what? Read aloud. What you need to do in the read aloud, you have to read each word correctly, and you have to read paragraph in a moderate speed. So moderate pace, I mean, you should neither speak too fast, you should neither speak too slowly. Read the paragraph in moderate pace. Now let me give you some wonderful tips in the repeat sentence. In repeat sentence, what you need to do, at first you have to understand the words which has been which has been said by native speakers, and you need to repeat all the words A to Z same. And it doesn't mean that you have to repeat all the words A to Z same. If you are able to repeat 70 to 80 words, then it is acceptable. So if you are able to repeat 70 to 80 words, still you can get full score. Now let me say something about describe image. So what you need to do in describe image, you have to speak at least for 35 seconds. And I suggest you that you don't have to use the templates. Instead of following the templates which has been taught by your teachers, okay, you can use transition words, you can use connectors, and you can keep your response very smooth. Now what I would like to say, begin with a short introductions, then explain what you see in the image, and at last you can conclude your conclusions. I mean, finally in with a short conclusion. Then guys, now I would like to tell something about the retail lecture. In retail lectures, you will get score in listening sections as well as speaking sections. Here, what you need to do, you have to give a brief introductions. At first, you have to tell brief introductions, and after that, you need to mention minimum 3 or maximum 4 points from the audio, and finish with a conclusion. The next questions of PT module is write short answer questions. It is not very significant. Though it is not very significant, you should try your best to perform it well. So what I would like to say, if you know the answers, give answers, and if you don't know the answers, simply say I don't know, I don't care. So it gives score in listening as well as speaking. The last is another next is called what, summarized group discussions. What happens in summarized group discussions? You will hear a conversation made by minimum 2 and maximum 4 speakers. You need to understand the conversations between 3 to 4 speakers, and after that you need to speak at least for 2 minutes. So it is a longer versions of retail lectures. So it also gives you a score in speaking as well as listening. And the next questions you will get in PT speaking module is respond to situations. Here you have to speak in natural way, and if you don't want to use the template, that's fine. However, if you want to use the templates, make sure you include as many content as possible. In respond to situations, you will have to speak accordingly. So no need to follow the templates. You can speak according to situations. Now at last, what I would like to tell, if you want to get amazing score or incredible score in PT speaking module, please follow the tips I have shared in this YouTube video. And at last, I humbly request you to subscribe my channels and leave a comment below. Bye bye. See you in next video.